Okay, we're live. I tried this a few minutes ago and I speaking for about 5 seconds before it actually started recording. So hopefully this works. Um, just wanted to touch base today about setting buyer expectations when you're out there looking for homes, especially when it's this kind of crazy seller's market. And we continue to see a bit of a softening of the market as far as buyers are going. And there's maybe a couple different reasons for that. So I think number one is the some of the buyers are just giving up. Frankly, they've had multiple times where they've put offers in on homes, not getting it, not getting it, not getting it for a number, maybe 5, 10 times, and they've just said, screw it. We're just not going to look for a house anymore. We're going to rent again. We're going to do whatever, but we're not going to go out there and pound our heads against the wall and continue to make offers on homes. So that's one reason. I think, secondly, though, um, you're starting to see um, the amount of um, the amount of homes that are on the market is starting to definitely increase, and people are um, the sellers that are out there are trying to cash in. A lot of them have been trying to cash in since about May or so on the hyperinflated prices in the housing market. Well, this continues to be the case. However, you're starting with more homes on the market, with more people attempting to cash in. I think things have pretty much plateaued at the top of where they're about ready to go. I'm definitely seeing across the board homes starting to go down in price, not as many offers being submitted for properties, and um, and the prices being decreased a little bit as far as what the offers are. I've still seen some pretty crazy offers that have been 10, 20, 30,000 above list price with waived inspections and things like that. Cash, cash, cash purchases. But so I would definitely say that the market is in decline ever so slightly. It's not a major trend, but it's something that we're noticing, that there aren't quite as many buyers in the market out there, and there's a little bit more inventory. So it's starting to shift just a little bit, just maybe about 2 or 3%. So when you are out there and you're a buyer, I really try to discourage people that are working with me as buyers to I want to discourage them from getting too emotionally attached to the properties that they're looking at. And if they're making an offer and they say, this is our forever home, this is it, this is where we're going to be, I try to discourage them from using that sort of language, especially if they make an offer and it's accepted. What happens if there's something that comes up in the inspection? What happens if, for whatever reason, something falls through, or there's a loss of employment, or there's some sort of incident that happens where you cannot no longer purchase that home? Try to educate my clients to understand that things can happen to derail a deal up until closing day. I've seen things happen. I've certainly heard of a lot of things happening. And so just, you know, try to be a little bit more conservative in your excitement until you actually have those keys in your hand. I know it's kind of a bummer. I know I'm Debbie Downer here, but I just want to make sure that people know that there are things that can happen. There are things that glitch out here where you're not going to be able to ultimately end up in the home. And certainly you shouldn't be emotionally attached before you make an offer or as you're in the offer process. Because if your heart gets broken and then your heart gets broken again and again, it's like relationships, right? After a while, you just say, "I forget it. I'm done. I'm going to be single. I'm not going to own a house. I'm not going to be married. I'm not going to go out with anybody. I'm just going to give up at this point." So, um, try to try to reel back your emotions a little bit when you're in the home buying process. So, and I'll let the therapists out there talk about relationships. um, but I think just try to be realistic. Just try to be realistic that things do happen, things come up, just life being what it is, and so that's kind of the message for today is set your expectations and then also and be just conservative in what you're thinking about as far as um, until you actually have those keys in your hand, don't celebrate too much. Some of this is just my background and not wanting to celebrate, not wanting to be too happy too fast. um, but also the other message is that the market is starting to slow down just ever so slightly. So I think you're going to see a few more homes out there for sale. There are some buyers that have just given up, and they may just wait a year, um, and we'll see kind of what happens. So, if you have any questions along these lines, or if you just want to talk about real estate, get a unbiased third-party opinion about something, or just shoot the breeze about real estate, please feel free to give me a call or shoot me a text. I'm at 651-402-6356. Hope all of you are doing well, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.